Good evening, Dr. Kalpesh. I have made you co-host in a one device. Have you joined from another device also? Please let me know the name.
Hello. Yes, am I audible?
Yes, sir. I have made you co-host.
Yes.
Tell me if you are joining from other device also.
Other device, one second.
You are joined from only one device or two device?
Yes, done. Thank you.
Kalpesh sir, please check. Are you able to make other people co-host so that you know when they are joining, you can make them host.
Yes, sure.
Please check. Are you able to make anyone
Uh,
co-host?
I'm co-host, so I think you won't be able to do. One second. Dr. Caesar has joined.
In case any dignitary has joined, you can let me know. I'll.
Yes, Dr. Caesar has joined.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, yeah,
Hello.
audible. आप अपने co-host बनाओ जी, co-host. Rachit, are you there? Please check your mic. Rachit.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. I'm here.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Professor, let me know if other dignitaries have joined. Dr. Caesar has joined. Should I make co-host?
Yeah, Dr. Caesar has joined, so please make him co-host.
Yeah, I did.
Done.
Any other?
The Dr. Niloy and then Vice Principal will join.
Just let me know the names. I will convert their names to co-host.
Yes, I have asked him.
Hello, sir.
No, madam, please ask madam to join.
Yes, yes, she's joining. Professor, madam has joined.
One second. I think, sir, madam has disconnected.
Yes, Kalpesh sir, can you tell me?
She's disconnected.
Okay, okay. Tell me the name by which madam has joined. I will immediately convert that into
Yes, yes.
co-host.
Hello, Hardik sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Dr. Mohammadi Tarannam.
Yes, yes. Just 1 minute. I'll check it. Just 1 minute.
Madam, 1 second.
Yeah, I got it.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Good evening. I hope I'm audible. Welcome, madam.
Yes, welcome, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening. Welcome. Thank you for
Thank
joining,
you.
ma'am.
I'm Akshat. Camera on है क्या देखे तो?
Yes, camera is on.
Okay.
Welcome, madam. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine. Happy to have you here. I hope we'll start
Thank you.
soon once director sir and registrar sir is joining.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's wait for them.
Kalpesh sir, any other
we'll
dignitaries
start the
joining?
program.
Let me know.
Dr. Neela, I think, let me check it out.
Just a minute.
Let me know. Already I have.
Yes,
Yes,
Niloy
I
sir
will
is
inform.
joining actually. Actually, see, he is traveling. So that's
Okay,
the
well, no
issue.
problem.
He will join soon.
So we have more than 4-5 minutes. I think we'll start on time. Yes.
Didi, একটা পেন দাও না?
Good evening, Vijaylaxmi, ma'am. Welcome. Vijaylaxmi, ma'am.
Namaskar, sir.
Madam, good evening. Namaskar. Very happy to see you here. Welcome, madam.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Namaskar. Namaskar. Today you are opening, ma'am. Opening batsman.
Please.
Good evening, sir. Kalpesh sir, Registrar sir has joined. Welcome, sir. Good evening. Registrar sir, welcome. Good evening. I hope you are audible.
Hello. Yes, sir. Nitin sir, welcome, sir.
I think there may be connective issue. Just waiting for
Yes, yes,
director
yes.
sir.
Yes. Director sir also joined. સર જોઈન થઈ ગયા છે શાંતાકુમાર સર. Yes, sir. Santa Kumar, sir, welcome, sir. Over to you.
Are you able to see Kalpesar sir's name?
સર છે સરનું નામ જ છે ખાલી મેક હિમ
Ah,
મોબાઈલથી જોઈન
Sir, yes. I was unable to unmute myself. Now I
Oh,
got
so
it.
sorry, sir. I hope I am.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah,
You are
thank you
able to
very much.
unmute, sir. Good evening, sir. Welcome, sir.
Good evening, Hatik. Good evening. Thank you so much. Good evening,
Thank you.
Kalpesh.
Very
Thank you,
happy
thank
to
you.
have you here, sir. We
Thank
can
you so
start,
much.
sir, with
Thank
your
you.
approval.
Yes. Sure.
Yes, sir.
So we have Dr. Tarannum ma'am, Vice Principal from SNCL Law College, Kolkata.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Sir, shall we
Kalpesar, we
start?
can start?
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Rachit,
Akshat.
over to you.
अक्षत पापा को दो
Rachit,
बात
over to
करने
you.
के
Sure, sir. Good evening to all. It is a great honor to welcome you all to the second capacity building program on the POSH Act, jointly organized by Surendranath Law College, Kolkata, affiliated to University of Calcutta, and Pro Bono India, with support from GNLU Legal Services Committee, GNLU, Gandhinagar. As we come together to begin this significant and timely discussion on creating safe and inclusive workspaces, it is my privilege to open the program. This platform brings together diverse voices committed to fostering dignity, equality, and respect in our professional spaces. We hope the sessions ahead will spark meaningful conversations and offer practical insights to drive positive change. Without further delay, I now invite Dr. Kalkesh Gupta sir to formally initiate the proceedings and share his opening remarks. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Rachit. Respected Professor S. Santa Kumar sir, respected Dr. Nitin Malik sir, respected Dr. Mohammad Tarunam ma'am, and then my friend Dr. Niloy, Dr. Caesar, Dr. Hardik Parikh, friends and ladies and gentlemen. So first, I would like to thank all the dignitaries for joining this inauguration program on the second edition of Capacity Building Program on POSH Act. So last year we planned in August last year we planned. So we are talking to Dr. Sardha Rajput. She is also joined a faculty and friend from HNLU Raipur. So she visited my home and she suggested this. This is not my idea. So she suggested, sir, this is the program that also can be done under the Pro Bono India or maybe Law Teachers India. So that was in my mind, and then after a few months, we launched this program, and we got around 1,300 per registration all over the India. And then we did this program with Pro Bono Club, Kashmir Law College. So that was a great success. And then actually, I didn't want to plan this thing, but again, there's a requirement of again and again training program or maybe capacity building program in at a regular interval because the law is there, but again, implementation is ground a very different level. You might have seen Ministry of Women and Child Development come up with the issued public notice, with regard to particular case Aureliano Fernandez versus State of Goa. That's a very landmark case. In that, they have asked to implement this particular law very strictly, and they also initiated the C box. So anybody can in India can make an online complaint related to sexual harassment at the workplace. So you can see the significance of this particular act to have a safe and then the peaceful working environment for the woman at the workplace. So that was the idea to plan this particular second edition of this program. I hope participant, faculty member, and professor from all over the India will get the benefit out of this particular program. And last time we again noticed many faculty member professional they are not a lot of no I would say ambiguities are there related to implementation of particular program. So again it requires a lot of debate and discussion at particular point of time because judicial decision and then a lot of issues of resources implementation administrative side at the particular institution workplace. So those things are there, and our resource person will be talking about throwing light and more all the resource person they are associated with the POSH Act as a part of ICC member and part of they conduct various training program all over the India. So with this, I hope participant will get a lot of insight and try to implement at that particular workplace. Over to you, Rachit.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for organizing this program. It is now my pleasure to welcome Dr. Mohammadi Tarannum, Vice Principal, Surendranath Law College, Kolkata, to share a few words with us and enrich this inaugural session with her insights. Over to you, ma'am.
Good evening, dignitaries. I would like to officially welcome Dr. H. Shanta Kumar, Director, Gujarat National Law University, Gandhinagar. Professor Dr. Nitin Malik, Registrar, Gujarat National Law University, Gandhinagar. Dr. Nilay Bagchi, IQSC Coordinator, Surendranath Law College. Dr. Cesar Roy, NAC Coordinator, Surendranath Law College. Dr. Kalpesh Kumar Gupta, Founder, Pro Bono India. Dr. Hardik H. Parekh, Assistant Professor of Law, Faculty Convener, Legal Service Committee, Gujarat National Law University, Gandhinagar. Today we are organizing 2 days national level, 1 week faculty development program on from last year. Also, we are jointly organizing the program with the Pro Bono India. And this year we are organizing 1 week program. The motive of this capacity building program or aim to enhance the ability of individual achieve specific goal or addresses challenges. Law is a multi-dimension subject and it changes each and every day. New concepts, new areas, new judgment are passed. So cope up with the situations and the time, it is necessary to have a regular learning process in law. And for the development of the faculty to achieve the goal, this type of program is one of the most essential requirement. To keeping this in mind, we are trying to organize this program in collaboration with Pro Bono India as well as GNLU Legal Service Committee. And I hope that all the faculty members who are participating, nearly I think 145 participants are joining this program. They will enrich with the different areas which we are going to discuss in this 1 week program, and they will learn lots of things and enrich themselves and spread the knowledge among the students. Thank you. Now,
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your enlightening words. Now I would like to invite Dr. Nitin Malik, Registrar, GNLU, to share his insights on the program.
Honorable Director, Gujarat National Law University, Professor Sharma. There is some echo coming over there. Can you just unmute me on my this thing? I'm not able to unmute myself. I'm speaking from the mobile. Okay, wait a second. I'll do it.
Sir, now are you able to do like I have sent you a request?
Yeah, now I can unmute. Yeah. Am I audible clearly now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Honorable Director, Professor S. Shanta Kumar, Gujarat National Law University. Dr. Kalpesh Kumar, founder of India, a great initiator, always as I see Kalpesh doing a lot of activities around so that people are benefited, and that too under the banner of the Pro Bono India. Then Dr. Mohammad, Vice Principal, Prenanath College, Calcutta, and the entire team from the same college. At the outset, I would like to congratulate Kalpesh that he takes so much of the interest to carry out this legal activities under the banner of the Pro Bono India. And this faculty development program is also, again, an initiative, and that with the Legal Services Committee, GNLU Gandhinagar. Professor Hardik is also present over here from GNLU, and under the leadership of Professor S. Shanta Kumar, our Legal Services Committee is doing wonderful, not only carrying out the activities need to be disseminate knowledge about the laws and the legal consequences along with the issues to be dealt in the society, but also onto day-to-day activities which needs to be carried out. This important landmark for which this faculty development program is being carried out for initiating a capacity building program on POSH Act. We all know the famous judgment of Vishakha, which is carried out in the landmark judgment of Vishakha versus State of Rajasthan, and wherein the Supreme Court, the Honorable Supreme Court, framed certain guidelines and issued directions to the Union of India to enact an appropriate law for combating workplace sexual harassment and to have a safe environment working at the working place. But then also, it took such a long for making the POSH Act, and we all know that even after the POSH Act in place, still we suffer from, and we keep on hearing the number of cases for this to be carried out under the POSH Act, that still the atmosphere or the environment around at the workplace needs to be sensitized. And for this sensitizing, we really need to understand the effect and the consequences as well as what is required under the POSH Act to be carried out. So I am very, very confident and I am very hopeful that this type of activity, especially the faculty development program, which is to be carried out under the which is being carried out under the banner, and 1 week of this activity program, where there will be a lot of discussions and guidance from the many of the resource persons. We are really going to learn, and all will be enriched. All faculties are going to be enriched because they only can further disseminate this knowledge of POSH and the requirements and other acts consequences to the younger generation and to the people around and to the colleagues around, so that we really achieve what actually the POSH intends to. Once again, congratulations to all the partners who are really doing a great work to carry out this work. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your motivational words. Now I would like to invite Professor S. Shantakumar, Honorable Director, Gujarat National Law University, to give the inaugural address. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
You are
Yes, sir.
audible, sir.
Yes.
You are audible.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you so much. My colleague, distinguished registrar of Gujarat National University, Dr. Nitin Malik. My other colleague, the faculty convener of Legal Services Committee of Gujarat National University, Dr. Hardik Parikh. The Vice Principal of Surendranath Law College, Dr. Mohammadi Taranum, Dr. Caesar Rai from the same college, and the host of this program, Dr. Kalpesh Kumar Gupta, founder of Pro Bono India. It is my immense privilege and honor to be a part of this program and to inaugurate this 1 week capacity building program on the sexual harassment of women at workplace, Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act 2013, which is more popularly known as the POSH Act. Let me begin by acknowledging the importance of this moment. This is not just a training program. this is a call to action. It is a commitment to justice, dignity, equality, and the creation of safe and empowering workplaces. Something that is not only merely a legal obligation, but a moral imperative. If you look at the spirit behind the law, the POSH Act, you all know that was not born in isolation. It was forged in the fire of struggle by women, activists, and human rights defenders who believed that dignity at work is non-negotiable. This act draws its strength from the landmark Vishaka judgment of the Supreme Court, a verdict that placed workplace safety within the ambit of fundamental rights under Article 21 of our Constitution. This legislation is a beacon. It reminds us that no job, no profession, no institution is truly progressive unless it respects the bodily integrity, autonomy, and mental well-being of every woman. While we have the legal framework, which is very robust, the real challenge lies in implementation, as rightly pointed out by our registrar, Dr. Nitin Malik. The real challenge lies in implementation and internalization of this. Compliance must not be reduced to tick box formalities. Yes, we also have IC. This act must be understood not as a constraint, but as an instrument of cultural transformation. We need to build workplaces where respect should be the norm, not the exception. Where the internal committee is not feared or avoided, but trusted and approached. Where speaking up is not silenced, but supported. And where leaders lead by example, creating inclusive, gender-just environments. This is where programs like these play a pivotal role. This week is about empowering ourselves with knowledge, sharpening our institutional responsibilities, and understanding not just the letter of the law, but its spirit. Whether you are a member of an internal committee, an HR professional, a faculty member, an administrator, or a student, you are an agent of change. Each of you carry the power to prevent injustice, to intervene ethically, and to uphold the rights of others. Each of you can help dismantle the culture of silence and create one of empathy and equity. Let this week not be the end, but the beginning of a sustained engagement. I urge all of you to go back and ask, is my institution POSH compliant on paper and in practice? Are we conducting regular sensitization programs and truly listening to voices of concern? Do women and all genders feel safe, respected, and heard in our campuses? And these are the real tests of progress. And the answers must come not just from policies, but from people. In a world that often teaches women to adjust or ignore uncomfortable situations, this law gives them a voice and a shield. As custodians of that promise, we must be vigilant, courageous, and committed. Let us build not just compliant institutions, but compassionate institutions. Not just workplaces with policies, but workplaces with purpose. I congratulate the organizers of this program for bringing us together, and I wish each one of you a meaningful and transformative learning journey in the week ahead. Let us together uphold the vision of a safe, respectful, and equitable India. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your kind words. Dr. Hardik Parekh, Assistant Professor and Faculty Convener, Legal Services Committee, GNLU Gandhinagar, to express our collective gratitude through the formal vote of thanks for the inauguration. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Rachit. I hope I'm audible and visible.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Esteemed Chief Guest
Yes.
for today's inauguration session, our beloved Director, Sir, Dr. Shanta Kumar, Sir, our Registrar, Sir, Dr. Nitin Malik, Sir, Dr. Mohammadi Tarnum, Vice Principal, Surendranath Law College, Kolkata, Dr. Kalpesh Kumar Gupta, Founder, Pro Bono India, Dr. Caesar Roy, NAC Coordinator, Surendranath Law College, Kolkata, and all the dear participants. I, Dr. Hardik Parikh, take this opportunity to extend my vote of thanks. Obviously, the vote of thanks will come at the end of the course. But as we are inaugurating the second edition of the online capacity building program immediately after the successful edition of the first edition last year, I feel very happy and privileged that we are planning, or we are obeying our duty to create a safe workplace for the women by extending different kind of the legal knowledge with respect of the law. I am very happy that second edition has started today. In India, we carry a tradition to respect a woman in every part of the nation. All religion, culture, scriptures are always giving many guiding principle also that a woman should be treated with the dignity. Also, we always listen to the stanza, Yatra Naryastu Pujyante, Ramante Tatra Devata, Yatreta Natu Pujyante, Sarva Tatra Falakriya. That goes that when women is worshipped, even gods dance to that place. And when the women is not worshipped, whatsoever best thing you do, it all in vain. This is the model ideology of the country in which we are staying. However, there are certain different beliefs, different ideologies, different practices, which has resulted into violation of the legal rights of the women, and therefore many issues we have seen from last many years. Safe workplace is always a right of every woman, and we always believe that women anywhere is not an opportunity, but it's a responsibility collectively on the entire workplace, including the co-worker as well as the employer. And therefore, training on the POSH Act is not only for a law student, it is for each and every woman, whether she is a student, whether she is a faculty, whether she is a workplace. Even domestic workers are also covered under this law, which is one of the wonderful aspect of the law. And therefore, training of the POSH Act is mandatory. It is always important for legal compliances. It is always employer for protection of the employees. It is always important for the enhancing organizational reputation. We always say that organizations which has the wonderful POSH policy will always getting a good reputation. So it is also important part for that also. It is important for employees' morale and productivity, because safe place is always giving a boost to the production. And last but not least, in India, when we believe about the fair procedure, we always see that things are always gray side on some of the aspect. We don't say every time there is a mistake of the man. We also say that there should be a fair procedure. So in order to establish a fair procedure, this law is also very important. And therefore, we are very happy that under the guidance of our Honorable Director, Sir, under the initiative by Pro Bono India and joint support by the Surendranath Law College, we are able to get the more than 1,000 participants who are eagerly waiting for wonderful sessions. And therefore, I extend my vote of thanks to all the supportive founders, pillars of this course, starting with our Honorable Director, Sir, S. Shanta Kumar, Sir, as he identified that GNLU is very much committed for the women's safety issues, and Sir is always supported in the previous edition also. We are very happy to inform you, sir, that based on the edition 1, we are very soon coming out with a compilation of the selected judgments, which will also be a very important piece for all the stakeholders whenever they want to get any idea. So thank you so much for extending all support, sir, in form of the motivational guidance. We are very grateful to you, sir. We are also thankful to Honorable our Registrar, sir, Dr. Nitin Malik, sir, that on a short notice also, sir, you could spend a time today, your busy day. I was there in the GNLU. You have constantly had attended many meetings, but still you are able to encourage us, motivate us, and being in an administrative capacity, you are always the best person to tell us that what should be the WASP compliance into institutions like GNLU and the colleges. So we are very happy and thankful for admin support and all extension from your officer, and we are hoping to have the same support from you in future also. I am thankful to Surendranath Law College, Kolkata, most particularly Dr. Mohammadi Tarnum Madam, for Vice Principal for Surendranath Law College, for extending support and being a joint organizer of this course. I am thankful to all the speakers who are going to be there, starting with the Professor Dr. Vijaylaxmi Sharma Madam, who is here to identify about the issue or gender sensitivity and POSH Act. All the speakers in form of Dr. Shraddha Rajput, Garima Goswami Madam, Dr. Sangeeta Roy, Dr. Krishna Mehta, and last but not least, Ms. Nikita Opal, who would be here to speak on the various aspects of the POSH Act. I'm also thankful to all the participants because we can see that portfolio is including students, working professionals. Your commitment is always a witness that you are always going to get extra mile and you are ready to spend your evening hours every day, 7 to 8, starting from today till next Sunday, to learn something new. I wish that this course will be a wonderful opportunity for you. It will be a fruitful journey for you. And let's together take an oath that we'll make an environment of the every workplace very safe for all kind of women. And also we'll try to sensitize all the stakeholders about compliance as well as the procedural aspects of the law. So thank you so much again for the participation. Thank you so much all dignitaries to grace this inaugural session. And I hope to see you again in a third edition very soon. Thank you so much. Over to you, Rachit.
Thanks. Vijaylaxmi
Sir,
ma'am,
over.
shall we start? Yes. Thank you, Santa Kumar sir, Nitin sir.
Thank you,
joining.
Kalpesh.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Hardik. So please permit me to
We are
exit.
very grateful for your presence. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Tarun ma'am. Vijaylaxmi ma'am, shall we start?
Yes, we
Okay.
can start.
Over to you,
Thank you
Rachit.
so much. Yes. So with that enriching inaugural session, setting the tone for the program, we now move ahead to our first session of the capacity building program. To begin, I, Rachit Sharma, currently working as an assistant professor at ILM University, Greater Noida, would like to invite our esteemed speaker, Professor Dr. Vijaylaxmi ma'am. Dr. Vijaylaxmi ma'am is a professor of law and director of Teacher Empowerment Center at Manipal University, Jaipur. A certified POSH trainer with over 500 plus POSH awareness sessions across institutions since 2013. She brings over 22 years of experience in legal education with a strong focus on women empowerment and child welfare. We are truly privileged to have you with us to kick off this program with your insights and expertise. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Mr. Rachit. Thank you. So first of all, I would like to extend my gratitude to the organizing team and especially Mr. Kalpesh Kumar Gupta, who has given this opportunity that again I am here on this particular platform to share my views or a little bit knowledge about the POSH law, because I'm very happy to share this thing that I'm from Rajasthan, and this Bhavri Devi, I met with her, and all the aspects from the POSH law, how it was started, what was the story. So I have witnessed some of the incidents, and this is only the platform where I could at least share all these things. So thank you so much, Mr. Kalpesh, and I'm going to share my screen. Yeah. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. So my dear friends, as we know that this is something very, very important, which is a legal mandate. As Professor Shanta Kumar sir and the registrar of GNLU, everybody has mentioned this thing, that we at least, try to understand what is this POSH law. Although I'm sure that all of you are much aware with this law, but there are something which we need to understand, why the gender sensitivity and the Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Prevention Prohibition Redressal Act 2013 is important to understand. So friends, first and foremost, please make it very clear that everybody is equal before the law. I'm this thing that everybody knows that this law is made specifically for the women. But what I believe, because I am from law background. So what I believe that everything should be equal in the eye of law. The reason is because nowadays we are not talking about only male and female. Now we are also talking about, or we are also doing something for the third gender of the society. So there are, all the genders are equal before the law. And therefore, we need to understand that if POSH law is there, and this POSH law is basically for the benefit of the women, for the welfare of the women. So I think that before starting the entire and the whole this event, which you will listen for the whole week, I think first and foremost, we all must take the oath that whatever law is, which is welfare for the women, we will not misuse the law. My dear friends, why I am telling you? Because the law are basically meant for the welfare of the particular communities. As we all know that Article 15 Clause 3 of Constitution of India, it has given this particular right that if there is anything which is related to the women and child, then state has this particular kind of right to initiate, to introduce any specific law which can be beneficial for the welfare of women and children. But at the same time, my dear friends, we need to understand that the purpose of law is for the, as if I could just mention here the Bentham's theory, that is for the happiness for the maximum people, maximum happiness for the maximum people. So my dear friends, therefore I think that we need to understand that every law and the purpose of law is for the maximum happiness for the of the maximum people. And therefore this POSH law is, although it is made for the welfare of the women, but at the same time we need to understand that it should be in the right direction. So my dear friends, as my topic is gender sensitization, so we will talk about that. And this gender sensitization, which is aligned with this Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Prevention, Prohibition, Redressal Act 2013. And at the same time, this law, when it was came into force in the year 2013, so UGC University Grants Commission has also initiated the specific regulations which were related to this particular law, but yes, it was aligned and these regulations were passed in the year 2015. It may be possible that many of you from the higher education institutions, therefore it is just your information that there is one particular regulation which were passed by the University Grants Commission. And this educational institutions must provide an environment that encourage learning and development to the students as well as the staff. As Professor Shanta Kumar sir and your registrar both has mentioned this thing, that all the institutions must be free from fear, or rather I can say that the conducive environment should be there at each and every institutions, not only in educational institutions, every institution, whether it is organization or maybe any business, anything which is where more than 10 people are working. And in fact, Dr. Hardik has mentioned that if there is any domestic helpers, then also we need to provide very safe and conducive environment. So my dear friends, this is important, that a safe workplace is every woman's right. And nowadays, if we will talk, this is just little bit aligned kind of a statement, that a safe workplace is every person's right. I'm using the word person. The reason, because nowadays we are talking about the person's right. Although this law, again, this is my disclaimer, my dear friends, this law is basically made for the women, but at the same time, we need to respect all the genders of the society. But yes, a safe workplace is every woman's right. As you know about this Constitution of India, equality of status, opportunity must be secured for all its citizens. Equality of every person under the law is guaranteed by Article 14 of the Constitution. So this safe workplace is a legal right actually. And you know, this concept was introduced with this UN convention, and that was introduced in the year 1979 through this particular pseudo elimination of all forms of discrimination against women. So it was adopted by the UN General Assembly. And if we will talk about the constitutional provisions, my dear friends, there are Article 14, 15, Article 21. So I'm not going to read all the articles, as we are very well aware about all these constitutional provisions. And all these provisions actually gives the fundamental rights, which is basically related to the life, or I can say ki right to life and to live with dignity, as the previous speaker has also mentioned this thing. So now we need to understand why this law came into force. My dear friends, we all know about the Vishakha and others versus state of Rajasthan. Recently, I met with the secretary of Vishakha NGO. As I told you that I am from Rajasthan and I live in Jaipur. So my dear friends, this Vishakha NGO is basically situated in Jaipur in Mansarovar, Patrakar Colony. And law students from my university, they used to go there and they are doing their internships in Vishakha NGO. So sometimes I feel very proud that there are certain people who are actually raising their voice against the discrimination of, against women. And this NGO is one of the very, what can I say, very, very, this thing that at that time only Vishakha NGO and a number of other social workers, they came forward and they had taken this particular issue as a India's issue. And therefore this particular writ was filed before the Honorable Supreme Court, writ of mandamus. I'm sure that you all are aware with. So this Bhavari Devi, I can show you some of the pictures of Bhavari, because in my all sessions, as Rachit has mentioned this thing, that I had taken more than 500 sessions of this POSH law when this law was started in the year 2013. And I'm very happy to share that I met with Bhavari and I called her in my university. So she told me about the whole story of what was happened actually that time. So my dear friends, I'm just narrating the story, what was happened and why this particular incident had taken, the attention of our Indian lawmakers. So that time what happened, that in Rajasthan, as I told you that I am from Rajasthan, but there is a very bad face of this state, that the status of women is, if you will talk about the status of women in Rajasthan nowadays, I can guarantee you that in villages or in rural area, still women are facing lots of discrimination. But this story was started in the year 1992. You know what happened that time? That time, if you just recollect the data, in the year 1985, and after this 1985, there was a case of Sati Pratha. Roop Kavar's case was happened. And that time there were number of cases which were related to the child marriages. So that time actually it was observed that the status of women is really pathetic. Therefore, state government of Rajasthan need to take some action. And what kind of action? That the state government of Rajasthan need to, sensitize the persons, sensitize its, the people of this state, that they should respect women. Not only child marriages, my dear friends, that time, because my mother and my grandparents, they just told us that time, the if there is a baby girl, or if any birth of a baby girl, you would be surprised that the family members of this baby, this girl, baby girl, they used to kill the girl. And the way how they kill this particular girl, I'm not telling you, because it is actually very horrible. But yes, and Roop Kanwar case was there, because it is nearby this place, Jaipur. So there were number of incidents, and state government of Rajasthan had taken this particular initiative, that those who want to associate with state government of Rajasthan to sensitize the people, then we will give some of the tag from the state government of Rajasthan, and that was Sathin, right? So this Bhavri Devi, she just because she had taken this challenge, and she was very happy that, oh my God, it's a very good cause, and I can contribute something in the society. Therefore, she had taken this particular task, and she was associated with the state government of Rajasthan. You would be surprised, that time there was no kind of degree qualification, no need of qualification and degree, because the Sathin's work was totally based on the courage, right? On the convincing kind of thing, that the Bhavri Devi was assigned, that you need to sensitize your own people, those who were there in her own village, that was Bhateri. It is very nearby from this place, from Jaipur. It is hardly 50 kilometers from Jaipur. So the purpose of this particular thing was that you need to sensitize the people, that not to get marry their children. Number two, it means the child marriages should be prohibited. Number two, the girl education should be promoted. It means you need to sensitize your people to just educate your girl child. Number three, dowry prohibition. In Rajasthan, it is still happening, my dear friends. The dowry is still happening. And very important task is that the girls should be treated equally. Now, Bhavri was very happy. She had taken this challenge, and she had started to counsel the people of her village. So, my dear friends, what happened one day, when she got to know that 9 months old girl from a upper class community, she is going to be married, then definitely she need to go there. And she went there, and she had tried to stop the marriage, because she was assigned by the state government of Rajasthan, that you need to stop such kind of actually it is a social evil. So she had tried, but unfortunately, what happened, that the 5 people from this particular family, they had brutally raped Bhavri. The reason, she was just performing her duties, she was trying to stop the marriage, and after the whole kind of her actions, this particular family and the 5 people of this family, they had taken revenge. And this is the best way to take revenge to a any women. So this lady was brutally raped, and she told me, my dear friends, that time, and she don't know how to speak Hindi. You would be surprised. Still, she knows only and only local language of Rajasthan, that is Marwadi. She told that time My husband was nearby me. He was tied with a tree, and I was there, and he was continuously looking at me, but he was helpless. He couldn't save me, and they brutally raped me one by one, all 5 people. After that, when she was taken to the nearby hospital of Bassi or Bhateri Gaon, the hospital was not so much, well equipped, and the doctors were not so trained there, because that is a very small village. Then the doctor told them that no, I will not start the whole treatment. First you need to go and report or lodge the FIR, then only we will start the process. My dear friends, they were not so educated, therefore they don't know that Parmanand's case was there that time. But anyways, her husband, he took her his wife, and he ran away to the to police of there was a police station. He had filed the FIR, and then he came back to the same hospital. And after this whole incident, the doctor said, oh my God, it is not possible. We cannot start the treatment. You just go to the Jaipur SMS hospital. SMS hospital is Savai Mansingh Hospital, which is a very largest hospital in a state in Rajasthan, and which is here in Jaipur. So my dear friends, he came here in Jaipur, and then the body of this Bhavri was just thrown in the corridor of these SMS hospital. The whole story which I am narrating you, it is totally word to word. Bhavri Devi herself narrate this story when she came in our university. And then after because that time, I'm talking this incident in the year 1992, that time there was no mobile, no social media. Next day, when newspaper in Patrika, when it was published, then only people came to know what was happened last day. Are you getting my point? And that was the incident when everybody was with Bhavri. Then only doctors has started the treatment, because now Vishakha and all these such social workers, they came forward, and then only the story was started. Otherwise, Bhavri, we couldn't save Bhavri that time. So what happened? As you can see, these are the pictures of Bhavri. This is the picture when she was here, and that then only the newspaper and the Dainik Bhaskar here in Rajasthan, every news channel, then only they had published this particular information to the channels. My dear friends, this is the story. So now what happened? Now the initial inquiry or the FIR, everything was done, right? And the treatment was started, Bhavri's treatment. But one question was there, that who will pay the money of the medical treatment of the Bhavri, and who will pay the amount to start the legal facilities? There were huge confusion, and therefore this Vishakha NGO and other these social workers, recently 2-3 social workers, they passed away, who was having the active role in the whole journey of this Vishakha guidelines. So but that time they went to the state government of Rajasthan, and they requested to the state government of Rajasthan ki Bhavri is your employee, right? And whatever is being done with Bhavri, now you as an employer is a custodian, therefore you are responsible to provide all these facilities to Bhavri. Now state government of Rajasthan, they totally denied, and they just made this particular statement that there is no law by which we can be bound to provide such kind of facilities to the Bawri, and we are not responsible. Therefore, there is no role of Rajasthan state government being an employer, and we are not going to felicitate Bawri for this particular reason. My dear friends, this was the biggest question by which this Vishakha NGO and others, they directly went to the Honorable Supreme Court with the writ of mandamus. And that time Supreme Court was also very humble, and they had taken this particular case on priority, and therefore in the year 1997 Vishakha guidelines were passed. And in these guidelines, definition of sexual harassment expanded, provide safer working environment, duty of employer to file a complaint. Now see, these were the guidelines in which specifically all these particular points were highlighted. Complaint redressal committee should be established, employer to assist the employee if she is sexually harassed, duty of employer to spread awareness. What is it? Sexual harassment. Although, my dear friends, Bawri's case was actually not related to the sexual harassment. It was related to the brutal rape, and you are much aware about the IPC, which is now Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. But yes, the knowledge is very, very important, that if in certain situation, if a lady who is facing such kind of conditions, then what to do, where she can go, how to file the complaint. Therefore, the awareness is very, very important. And you would be surprised that Supreme Court had mentioned that duty of government to widen the scope of these guidelines. All such guidelines were passed. But my dear friends, again, the problem is that guidelines were passed in the year 1997. But again, the question is whether we were so serious to adopt the guidelines, or the organizations are committed to establish such kind of redressal mechanism. Answer was no. And this survey was done by this lady, Medha Kodwal. And again, she raised her voice in the year 2012. My dear friends, you would be surprised, 1997 guidelines were passed. And since 1997 to 2012, during these 15 years, it was observed that many of the organizations were not following the Vishakha guidelines. And number of cases were filed. And most of the time, what we have witnessed, that number of cases were unreported. And therefore, this lady Medha Kodwal again knocked the door of Honorable Supreme Court, and the result and the consequences after this particular PIL was that in the year 2013, we could at least, get a legislation of Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Prevention, Prohibition, Redressal Act 2013. My dear friends, this is the journey how this law was started. This is not one day kind of exercise. It took nearby, you can see 2013, and this story was started in 1992. You can just see how long it took. So in the year 2013, when this law was started, and now we have completed around 12 years of this law, but still we are facing many of the problems in this particular area. So we will discuss about that. But yes, this is the story of this. As I told you, the objective of this POSH law is basically to provide a safe and secure working environment for women and to prevent sexual harassment at the workplace. Basically, it is a fundamental right of women to life and dignity. There are number of cases, my dear friends. I am sure that in one of the session you will discuss number of cases, but this is just a brief kind of information for you. Now, as I told you, in the year 2015, in higher education centers, the University Grants Commission has also started this particular law. Actually, this is regulations 2015, but yes, these regulations are aligned with the parent law, that is POSH law 2013. So in this particular regulation, students and faculty are covered, and but yes, the definition is something different in terms of students. The employee definition is basically same, which is mentioned in POSH law 2013, but the definition of student is little bit different, because in this particular regulation, the student is gender neutral, right? So student means male, female, third gender, transgenders. So University Grants Commission has include all the genders in the purview of definition of this student. So this is the basically the as I told you. Now, what is sexual harassment? My dear friends, criminal offense under BNS, as I already mentioned this thing, previously it was IPC, but now in criminal offense under Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, liability under POSH Act 2013 and liability under UGC Regulation 2015. So my dear friends, these are basically some laws, right, where we could at least see what is POSH, prevention of sexual harassment, and if there is any sexual harassment, then what kind of laws are available to take the remedies. So there are criminal and civil, both the laws. I'm sure that you all are aware. So this POSH law is basically civil law, and criminal offense, it's a criminal law which is related to the BNS. Now, what is the definition of this particular sexual harassment? So, my dear friends, it includes anyone or more of the following unwelcome act or behavior, whether directly or implications, namely physical contact or advances, a demand or request for sexual favors, making sexually colored remarks, showing pornography, any other unwelcome physical, verbal, non-verbal conduct of sexual nature. My dear friends, now what is this physical contact or advances? So first of all, before starting all these 5 points, the first line of this definition is very, very important to understand. And what is there? The word unwelcome act and behavior. My dear friends, this is actually required to understand whether there is a POSH, act or not. It should be unwelcome act or behavior. By whom should be unwelcome act or behavior? Obviously, women, because this law is, as I told you, made for the women or the complainant. If the complainant who wants to complain against such act or behavior, it should be unwelcomed by her, right? I will later in my slides, I will, give you some examples, because I received so many complaints, so it should be fair complaint, fair procedure. If you are looking for fair procedure, so first of all the complaint should be fair. This is my request, as initially I have given this particular statement, and my words were that we need to respect the laws, we should not misuse the laws. So it should be unwelcome act and behavior. Now, physical contact or advances. So physical contact is simple, maybe touch, something like that and that. But advances means if someone who is just shaking the hand, and after this he is just rubbing the palm of the hand. So this is advances. Maybe rubbing the shoulder. Not only touch. Touch is just physical contact. But after this contact, if he is starting to rubbing the shoulder, or maybe anything which is in advance, so that would be covered under this physical contact or advances. demand or request for sexual favor, anything, maybe kiss, maybe hug, which is unwelcomed by the lady, by the woman. So any demand or request, can you believe that request can be complaint? Answer is yes, right? Demand or request, request means it might be possible very requestfully, very humbly, a person is making the request, oh my god, can you please give me a hug? I want to take a, I want to kiss you. So my dear friends, all such kind of requests which are related to sexual favor, if this is unwelcome, it could be sexual harassment. Making sexually colored remarks might be possible, demeaning, double meaning, making sexually colored remarks. It could be possible. Nowadays, I'm getting so many examples or cases, and I'm surprised. In my later slide, you will see persons are using such a word like mal. क्या माल लग रही है ना? Or it may be hot, sexy. ये तो पुराना हो गया है ना. Now all these words are, you know, so old. अब तो ये क्या use करते हैं? Saucy लग रही है, बड़ी juicy लग रही है. So such sexually colored remarks, which is not directly but indirectly, the interpretation of the words are not acceptable, right? It is actually unwelcome. Showing pornography, it's very simple. Any joke, any, you know, obscene pictures, maybe anything which is not acceptable, or any other unwelcome physical, verbal, or non-verbal conduct of sexual nature. As you can see in the slide, there are certain pictures I have taken from the Google to just, trying to make you understand what is it. So some, array, you are like my beti, and he's just starting this. No, please. So I think that if something which is not acceptable, then and there, the woman should raise her voice. I'm not liking this. Please do not touch my body. Please do not, you know, act or behave with me like this. So we need to just, you know, speak out. Yeah. So it is implied or explicit promises or preferential treatment in employment. That is also equal to the sexual harassment. Implied or explicit threat of detrimental treatment in employment, or maybe threat about the present or future employment status, interference with work, or creating an intimidating or offensive or hostile work environment for the person, humiliating treatment. So all such kind of examples we can see in the cases of POSH. At the same time, my dear friends, we need to also understand that what is there in Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita 2023. Earlier or previously, it was there under section 354A, Indian Penal Code 1872. But now we are talking about Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. Now it is under 75, section 75. And you could see point number 2, and that is any man who commits the offense specified in clause 1, which is there in 75 clause 1, and you can see shall be punished with rigorous imprisonment for a term which may extend of 3 years, or with fine, or with both. It might be possible if a woman who wants to lodge the FIR, she can also opt this particular way, and she can go and if the offense would be proved, or the person or respondent would be guilty, then accused would be guilty, then he would be punished with such a punishment. Now, as I told you in the definition, that there is unwelcome act or behavior. So my dear friends, their consent word is very, very important. We need to understand what is consent. Consent means, obviously, if a girl who is welcoming the whole thing, if she's happy, if she is enjoying the words, or maybe the statement, or maybe the act or behavior, there is no problem. वो अपन लोग कहते हैं ना कि ठीक है, दोनों लोग खुश है, तो हम उसमें कुछ नहीं कर सकते. तो it might be possible. But if she is not welcoming, if it is not, good for her, then please make it clear that her consent is not there. And if she is silent, again, it is considered as no. Yes means clear yes, but no means silence can be considered as you. I can understand that sometimes we are also in doubt whether she is, giving her consent or not. I can understand, because I have also received some of the complaints where this person, he is very innocent and he don't know whether she is enjoying her comments or compliments, means she is taking the words as a compliment or comment. Madam, sometimes I am confused, because slowly she is smiling, and so I thought that she is enjoying, but later she just made the complaint against me, so I am stuck. What is it? So my dear friends, I would suggest you that in your professional environment, please be professional, don't be casual, because we don't know whether our act or behavior would be considered in which manner. Therefore, I would request and I would appeal that we have to follow the professionalism at our workplace. And this is something which I could feel what is harassment and what is flirt. Sometimes this flirt is there, means if a girl who is enjoying, if she is feeling good, if there is any butterfly, if she just making herself as happy or maybe good, then it might be possible that someone would start or would continue such kind of act or behavior. So that is actually flirt. But my dear friends, flirt doesn't give the authority or give the clear kind of way that anyone can do anything. No, it is not, a green kind of flag that you are permitted for doing anything. I can give you one example. I received a complaint, and you would be surprised. I When I called both the parties in the IC, then the boy, he just pat the back of this lady and hold the hand in the lunch time, and he just requested, please come with me, we both will sit there and we will be having coffee or like that. Then this lady clearly denied from this statement. You would be surprised, what happened after that. This boy has mentioned, how can you deny? I'm your husband, please come with me, we both will be having the tea or coffee, whatever the point was. Then she again object this thing, that what happened, and what else if you are my husband? This is my workplace, and here we both are colleagues. Please don't consider yourself that you are my husband and you are allowed or you are supposed to do anything with me. I am not your wife here. And you would be surprised, my dear friends, she filed a complaint, and this complaint was raised before me. And when I called both the parties, then the story was this. So I just make them understand, and I counsel them. Though this lady just she don't want to go in the process, so she had requested for the conciliation. That is also a part of this law. So we just make this particular person, this boy, to understand that, my dear, this is your workplace and you need to follow the professional ethics. So this is my just point which I want to make it clear. Yeah. Now the question is, what is workplace? My dear friends, this is actually important, because this IC in POSH, there is internal committee, redressal committee should be established, as it is a legal compliance of the POSH. And each and every organization, those who are having more than 10 employees, they have to constitute this internal committee. It might be possible that there is NGOs, nursing homes, corporations, educational institutions, anything, hospitals, and I'm very happy to share with you that in Jaipur, I am external member of POSH committee in number of leading hospitals in Jaipur, like EHCC, Eternal Heart Hospital, Fortis, CK Bidla Hospital, Bombay Hospital. So there are a number of hospitals in Jaipur where I am associated with. Yeah. And in higher education centers, my dear friends, there is campus, which is considered as workplace. So this is something. And who would be the aggrieved women? My dear friends, as I told you, aggrieved women may be the women with whom such kind of act and behavior might be happened. And she could be, you know, the regular employee, maybe the contractual, maybe the visiting, maybe a student, any women who is actually directly or indirectly associated with the organization. And this is not necessary that a woman who is on roll, I mean, who is a registered employee, only that woman would be covered under this particular ambit of law. No, it is not necessary. Anyone, I can give you one example, a tender of the patient, right? And she was there, she was not directly associated with the hospital, but any person from the hospital, if he is making anything wrong with this attender, she is also having the right to file the complaint in IC, in the same organization. And if organization will deny, if the hospital will deny, then you would be surprised, she has the right to file the or lodge the FIR against the whole hospital as well. So I mean to say that women with whom such kind of act or behavior is happening, she is having the right to file the complaint. As I told you, aggrieved women and person. Why I am making this word person? Because in higher education regulations 2015, there is a word student. And in student, actually this person is mentioned because that is gender neutral. Here you can see student. The term student covers current student, future student, deemed student, any, or maybe on university visit trip or anything. If they are not in the campus, outside of the campus, and if something is happening, then again this POSH law will be applicable. In the same manner, if the women who is associated with any organization or workplace, if she is outside of the workplace and but on official duty, right? It might be 1 day, 2 day, 1 night, 2 night, but she is on official duty, and if something is happened with her, then also it would be covered under this law. As I told you, my dear friends, there are internal committees and local committees. So internal committee is basically for the organizations where 10 or more than 10 employees are working. And for local committee, it is mandatory that the district person or the district officer will look after this local committee, and aggrieved women who is not working at the place where more than 10 employees, there less than 10 employees, then she can approach local committee of the same district. Actually, in every district, the local committee has to be established. Now, the question is how we can recognize there is a sexual harassment case. So, my dear friends, the first step to recognize that the act or behavior should be unwelcome, as I told you earlier, it should be sexual in nature, sometimes subjective experience. Subjective means it might be possible that one act could be different for two different people. I can give you an example. If there is a compliment, madam, you are looking gorgeous, right? It might be possible the one will enjoy, the other will, why he is giving me this compliment or statement? Who is he? Who has given this right? It might be possible. And I'm using the word gorgeous. Just imagine if the word would be hot, sexy. Oh my God. Then definitely the other woman can raise her voice. This is not appropriate word to use at the workplace. Impact is important, not intention and metrics of power. Because most of the cases are related to the metrics of power, superior or the subordinates. We have seen number of cases between metrics of powers. Now, there are certain types of sexual harassment. So quickly, I'm going to mention verbal harassment. My dear friends, as I told you previously also, sexy, hot, babe, desirable, exciting, seductive, tempting, all these words are by default covered under sexual harassment because these are sexual in nature. So verbal harassment means without any, hey, sexy, mal, as I told you, juicy, saucy, everything will be covered under this. Non-verbal. Non-verbal means the act, which is the gesture, like staring, leering, or any kind of thing by which a woman is, feeling so discomfort. So that is also covered under this particular sexual harassment. Visual harassment. Visual means any display which is offensive or any content which is related to the pornographic. So all these obscene or sexually explicit images, these are covered under visual harassment. Physical harassment, as I told you, any bodily touch or advances. Previously also we have discussed this thing. And the last one is psychological harassment. So my dear friends, this is actually very, very important. Whatever, the other 4 kinds of sexual harassment, this psychological harassment automatically covered under any of the sexual harassment. Maybe it is verbal, maybe non-verbal. The psychological harassment automatically covered under these kinds of harassment, because there is something, which is disturbing. A person, a lady who is not comfortable to work with such kind of environment, under this environment. And psychologically, if the lady is not comfortable, I'm sure that you can understand that what kind of impact could be there if these verbal, non-verbal, visual or physical harassment is there. Now, there are 2 major forms of sexual harassment, my dear friends. One is quid pro quo, that is this or that. You can see in the picture. This is a very common picture which you can see on the Google. But my purpose to showcase in this picture is, it is not necessary, my dear friends, that at the same time only one harassment could be happened. It is possible that at the same time 2-3 sexual harassment, types of sexual harassment can be happened. You can see in the picture. In this picture, you can see the hands of this person is, this is physical harassment. He is definitely saying something to this lady, verbal harassment. And the third harassment is psychological harassment. As you can see, the fear on the face of this lady, discomfort of this lady. So my dear friends, at the same time, 3 kinds of sexual harassments are being proved. And this is why, because he is a boss, superior, and she needs some kind of application or signature might be possible. So he is making the request. Can you imagine? He is making the request to this lady that whatever he is trying to say. So this is covered under this particular quid pro quo. And at the same time, we need to understand that such kind of atmosphere or environment will create hostile work environment. Hostile work environment which affects the health, which affects the safety. As mostly in my sessions, although you are not physical, otherwise this is my first question when I used to start my session, that what do you mean by fear? What do you mean by this safety? A workplace should be safe. What is the definition of safe? How you can measure the safety? So, my dear friends, as per best of my knowledge, I think the synonym of safety is fearless environment. If my workplace is fearless, I can go anytime, I can move anywhere, I have no fear, everybody is so cooperative at my workplace. That is actually a true definition of safe workplace or safe environment. But if it is not so, then it is hostile work environment. So the impact of such kind of inappropriate behavior is psychological impact, emotional impact, physical impact, work productivity will be less, and workplace morals. Now we have IC. You all are aware with the IC, internal committee. We should be having one chairperson, the senior most women of the organization, 2 members, and one the external member. So it might be possible we can increase the members of the IC. It is totally depends on the organization or the management. Now, if there is any complaint, then it should be very clear that complaint should be written. My dear friends, recently one case was filed in Madras High Court, and you would be surprised that the complaint was not filed in writing. But the lady, she had raised her voice and she lodged the FIR, and she made this complaint that my voice was not being heard by the management. And after the whole investigation, it was found that the lady didn't submit or didn't file her written complaint. Everything was oral. So this is the first and foremost requirement, that the complaint should be written, and the whole description should be mentioned along with date, time, respondent name, and the relationship between the parties. These are the timelines I'm sure that you all must be aware with. Within 3 months of the last incident, the complaint must be filed. But yes, there are certain exceptions. If anything which is actually fair, just, and reasonable, then committee will decide whether after 3 months the complaint should be taken or not. So that is a different part. Now, as I was talking about this conciliation, my dear friends, so it is a amicable settlement, and nowadays you all are aware that we are actually trying to move in alternative dispute resolutions. So that is also a part of this, and the whole inquiry would be sidelined. And with this conciliation, it might be possible, if there are very small act or anything which can be settled down with the request of the women, with the complainant, then we can also move with the conciliation. And I did number of cases with this conciliation. Now, my dear friends, I always try to justify, although I am also a woman, but I always try to justify that women should not take this law in a negative sense. No one has allowed to misuse the laws, whether the person is a male, female, or anyone, or any gender. And therefore, false accusations and false complaints are not considerable under this law. Not only this law, the complainant, if she's filing 4 false complaints, and once if it will be proved, then she will be punished. And I can guarantee you that if the whole process, as I told you, there is a timeline, 3 months of the time period where the whole inquiry should be happened. So a number of cases which were false. So I'm just making this clear to you that I have recommended that the complainant should be punished, she has filed the false complaints. Written apologies, warning, withholding the promotion, withholding the pay, or maybe termination, or maybe counseling sessions. So I'm telling you, my dear friends, that sometimes it is also required. And I did the same thing. Many of the places when I found that the complaint was false and the reason was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As per the cause, I had recommended for such kind of, solutions. I'm sure that you have seen this movie. I cannot see you, but you can mention in chat box if you have seen this movie. So this movie was released in the year 2004, and in this movie Priyanka Chopra has she had falsely made the complaint against Akshay Kumar, and Akshay Kumar's wife was Kareena Kapoor. The final verdict was Priyanka Chopra was punished. So you can see in movies sometimes we could witness that yes, what is right and what is wrong, it is very clearly showcasing in the pictures in the movies. So this is just for the lighter mood. Yeah, and these are some cases, my dear friends, where these false complaints were identified, and Delhi High Court and Madras High Court has given the verdict of this particular thing. This slide I'm just showing for this no safety, no duty. As you have witnessed that in Calcutta murder case, every employee of the same hospital, they were on the protest, and the particular point was no safety, no duty. And in some of the organizations, actually the POSH related awareness is not being done, therefore such kind of incidents are happening. As Dr. Kalpesh has mentioned initially about this particular case, so my dear friends, in 2023 it was observed that many of the organizations are not following the POSH compliances. Therefore Supreme Court had made this compulsory, and they had requested to the central and state government to taken up this particular issue on priority. And I am giving you some of the examples that it should be camera proceedings. As we all know that POSH related matters should be heard in very isolated places. And this is again one of the example in Kerala High Court. You can see in Film City, the IC was established in Sri Lankan Airlines, because in this particular organization there was no IC, non-constitution of internal committee. Therefore it was considered as serious violation of legal mandate of Indian laws, and Delhi High Court has punishes Sri Lankan Airlines. Here this person you all have witnessed, I'm not mentioning this thing, Brijbhushan Saran, he was also punished by this. This is actually for the transgender community in higher education institutions, my dear friends. So that time section 354A IPC was there, and transgender communities. So this person was denied because there was only female, but as I told you, in student kind of thing, so all the genders were covered. This case was taken up by Madras High Court, and it was mentioned that gender sensitivity or awareness should be there in the armed forces. So that is again a part of this. You know about this person. I'm not going to mention this thing. KPS Gill Saab, he was known as a super cop, but his one mistake made him kind of think that we are showing this case as a POSH case. Tarun Tejpal, again, this is an example. Panish Murthy. I'm giving all these examples in my sessions. The reason is there is no difference between the celebrity or a common person. If a person is doing wrong, he must be punished by the law. One thing which is very important, my dear friends, the same gender sexual harassment complaints maintainable under POSH Act, Calcutta High Court. And it is actually given in the under the definition of respondent. My dear friends, what happened? One female has committed sexual harassment act and behavior against another female. So that was the question. And I don't know how it was possible that we are not looking at the definition clause of the POSH law. So in this particular case, Calcutta High Court emphasized on the definition of respondent, which was mentioned under this law, that respondent means a person against whom the aggrieved women has made a complaint under section 9. So my dear friends, the respondent word is gender neutral. Therefore, in this case, when one woman was respondent against another aggrieved women, so she was punished because of this particular definition. As we all know about the she box, I'm sure that you all, if you are associated with any of the organization, my dear friends, now you need to upload entire details of your IC on she box. And if you will not do this, then the Ministry of Women and Child Development, they will talk to you and they will make you bound to upload the entire your details of the IC, because now this is very, very mandatory under this particular she means sexual harassment electronic box. It is a centralized portal on which I think that you must be aware with the zero FIR. So this is kind of thing, means it's a central portal where anyone can lodge the complaint, and through this portal, the original jurisdiction, the complaint will be sent to the original jurisdiction, and the original, maybe the district or any other person who is authority to solve the problem. So this is a very good initiative by the central government and Ministry of Women and Child Development. And my dear friends, this is my last slide. I always salute this lady after my whole presentation. Because of this lady, you can see the Bhavri Devi, the old lady. I called her. Now it is being 4 years completed. When I called her in my university, you can see still her face, her courage, and she is still in the same pace. Ki I'm very happy that the just a minute, yeah. So she always tried to make it this thing that I'm happy that my betiyan of the entire India, they all are safe, and they all can feel कि हमें चिंता की जरूरत नहीं है. But my dear friends, again I'm telling you that we need to understand that this particular law is basically made for the welfare of the women. Therefore, we need to use this law in the betterment of the women. We should not misuse, and we should not give such kind of things which is not acceptable at all. And one thing which is again my appeal, my request to all my friends, those who are here, कि ये मत समझिए कि जो मेल है वही कल्प्रिट है, मत समझिए ऐसा, क्योंकि हम शायद हमारे इस सोसाइटी के जो दो पहिए हैं, जो एक गाड़ी को चलाने के जो दो पहिए हैं, उन दोनों पहियों को बराबर का सम्मान चाहिए. रेस्पेक्ट अगर हमें चाहिए तो रेस्पेक्ट सामने भी चाहिए. सो प्लीज ट्राई टू रेस्पेक्ट ईच अदर. और प्रोफेशनल करियर के अंदर वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट काइंड ऑफ एनवायरमेंट वी कैन एटलीस्ट प्रोवाइड. और गलत चीजों का हम प्रयोग ना करें, ये मेरी हमेशा से एक रिक्वेस्ट सबके लिए रही है. और इन्हीं सब बातों के साथ आई एम नाउ द फ्लोर इज ओपन. If you have any kind of question that I'm open to answer. Yes.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for such an insightful and thought-provoking session. Before we officially close this session, we, as ma'am, open the floor for the Q&A interaction. So if any participant has any question, they can raise their hand or they can just drop the question in the chat box. Till then, ma'am, we do have some questions, so I would like to ask you.
Sure.
This was a question from one of the participants. The POSH Act is largely seen through the lens of male perpetrators and female victims. However, what is the legal position when the alleged harasser is also a woman and the victim is a woman? Does the Act recognize and address such same gender harassment cases?
Yes, I have given this answer in my last slide. If you have seen, in Calcutta High Court, this question was raised. And that time, I don't know why respondent's definition was not taken up. Right? If you will see under this law, 2013, this act itself says that the respondent definition in which it is gender neutral. And this case was reported before the Calcutta High Court. So yes, definitely, whosoever would be there as a respondent would be punished if she would found guilty. So this is very clear about this law. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. And ma'am, one more question. These days there are various job, which allows work from home. So if an employer flirt continuously via online mode, then will it also come under POSH?
Yes, absolutely. In COVID time, in Rajasthan High Court, one case was reported and both the employees were online. But he has passed some kind of comments, as I told you, visual harassment. Have you seen my PPT? One of the type of harassment was visual harassment. Actually, that is related to this through, WhatsApp, through Instagram, through this Facebook, any kind of social media. That is also taken up.
Okay. And ma'am, one more question. Recently, there was a case where a senior executive at HDFC Bank made a comment about a colleague's hair and sang a song. The internal committee found the senior executive guilty, but the High Court gave him relief. So, what is your opinion on this case?
No, sometimes, Rachit, what happened, I don't know, the lack of the evidences. We all are from law background. Sometimes what happened, the investigation and the proper, the inquiry, sometimes it is, if it is lacking. Therefore, whenever I sit in the committee, this is my role and responsibility that everything, each and every statement, each and every finding should be recorded. Recorded means not this thing recording hona. Recording means it should be documented, right? And whosoever is giving the statement, it should be written by the person, finally signed with date and time, along with the witnesses. So the whole process should be fair, just and reasonable. Why High Court is taking the different opinion? Because of lack of the evidences. I can tell you, I can show you many of the cases in which there is no evidence, and this is my concern. In Bhavri Devi case, due to lack of the evidence, the case is still pending in Rajasthan High Court. Can you believe this? And this is a very shameful situation for all of us. We all know that Bhavri was brutally raped, but still all the accused are, three of the accused are, they are no more now. 3 की तो डेथ हो गई है, 2 बचे हैं, लेकिन आज भी राजस्थान हाई कोर्ट में केस पेंडिंग है. द रीजन because of forensic report, because of the police investigation, whatever the evidences were produced by the police, that those were not sufficient. This is the reason, my dear. So I think that
Yes, ma'am.
yeah.
Yes. So thank you so much, ma'am, again.
Okay.
I
As
think,
we
madam,
come close
so
to-
many questions are there. It will take, cross 9, maybe 9:30. So, participant, please hold your question maybe for the next session.
Okay.
Over to you, Rachit. Sorry for interruption. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So yes, we do have a lot of questions, but we'll take it in the further sessions. So thank you so much, ma'am. As we come to the close of the session 1, I take this opportunity to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Vijaylaxmi ma'am for such an engaging and insightful session. Your detailed analysis of the POSH Act and its real-world implications has certainly added great value to today's discussion and helped deepen our collective understanding. I also wish to thank all the participants for their attention, thoughtful questions, and enthusiastic engagement throughout the session. A special word of thanks to Kalpesh sir, the organizing team, and the support staff who have worked tirelessly to bring this program to reality. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Kalpesh sir.
Sir,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Namaskar ji. Thank you.
Namaskar. Thank you. Thank you, Rachit, and thank you, participant, for joining. See you tomorrow.